Tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai, tauti mai ki taupu moana record keepers. It is the 21st of October 2022. We are here, as we often are, at the Fine Fettle Cafe. We're having a look at up where we're going today, a place called Kaiapo Bay. And with me, as quite often is the case, is friend Perry Fletcher and Te Whaitaima Te Whare on the camera. So here we are, Perry, and I'll just make you audible with this mic. Here we go.
We're going to 3 Pacific sites. I ended up officially recording in 1984, but the key thing is there was no history, not one word of history, and like so many areas that John Grace and others leave blank, and there's a complete generations disconnect. It's a recreation reserve and administration department of conservation, and the 3 sites we'll see I've got, and starting from the this little bay here, that on the far side we're going to look, and the whole area's like so many others, just holding hands with its a complex generations of use and occupation. The entire bay would have been quite significantly held by people, and it's between key areas of that from Kinloch to the Panui Pa area. And what we're going to be visiting on the far side, I've got recorded as fireplaces and terraces as a site. Now the key words I've got for this is fireplaces, terraces, living levels and obsidian. Now that's one place. At the other place on the eastern side of the bay is Pa and Pits, Pa and Pits. And for that side, the keywords I've got that is Kaiapo Bay, Pa site, Pits, obsidian, and non-traditional areas. When I say non-traditional, there's no information at all about these areas. And in the past there's been, as I say, occupation, permanent occupation, and the whole area's been worked. And on the other side of the half of that low point of the bay, there's another Pa, Pits, terrace, and that's when by group of Stone inland, I picked up, and it's in the museum, that broken piece of a large pumice bowl. It's got the incised markings and a double design feature on it. And the keywords for that is Kaiapo Bay, Pa site, and a multi-period use. Pits, open raised rim, that's these open raised, so that's distinct from some other places in that here and the other part. And terraces, and a bank and fine spot, and I mentioned spiral engraved pumice container in the Taupo Museum, as well as obsidian flakes and honey stone. So that should keep us more than occupied in the undergrowth. 2 Pa, and distinct features on the far end, and that should see how well we go in the weather and be dry, and access. If we can drive down the right down, that would be good, well and good. Otherwise, we have a walk to it from the farm gates.
Should we keep continuing down?
Well, this is a 4x5, at least a metre area of open pit structure, and it's it's quite... It's got some solid little place here. It's deep in places and so it's got something raised thing here in it. Can't determine, but we'll carry on.
Gary, by the look of these, because it's been all
That's a modern one.
yeah, this tells me that's not an old
No,
site.
no. But the thing is, it makes sense with just being past a fertile bit of build-up, clear area, and straighten out banks. This particular thing, you can almost imagine from that steep bank there was a palisading or fencing over there.
Oh, something significant here.
It could be Tomo or not. Now that could be a big pit. Does it look more a big pit to you, Jeffrey, than Tomo?
There's something dug out underneath where you're standing.
Well, this is a division area, par complex back that way, terraces, halves, different things at the end on the beach, but there's 2-3 metre rise on the similar levels we've been to, and in the par right to the lake there, going inland that way, and the two are not complementary. They've both got their own features. So I'd suggest we start off, if you know where we're going to, we start off on that side and concentrate on this side on the way back, and with that we won't be along this beach, we'll be above a bank between us and the beach, just zigging and zagging. And it's along there that I carefully measured out the Tuahu site. But as far as I'm concerned, all I've got is 2 par. So what features outlying in that, there's no detail apart from the general, you know, open pits and terraces. I've got a cleared area about 20 metres in this obsidian core and a spring. So going over, and the track would have been going up because on the other side we've got that cliff fort that we called on the boat on the other side. That was, and so this goes round into Mine Bay on the other side here.
That's not Mason's Rock, it's Mason's Rock that side.
Mate, we're not at Kaiapo Bay. We're not even at Kaiapo Bay. It's the opposite side of Kaiapo Bay. We're in Kaiapo Bay. Mine Bay round the corner, the cliff par straight over the hill, an Old Murray Trail, and that's where there's a spring going partly up that hill, and there's a sign of early activity there. And the Maori cleared an area for about 20 metres, made use there of it. It's on the levels at the end of the beach. I've got to this quite a different site. I've really worked the land, and there's hearths and rocks and carefully placed. I still hope to see before we go out.
So did you say we're going to make our way to the right first of all and come back to this way and then make our way left?
The par to the foothills, and you got that line to that headland part there. The par there, and we'll have a look around there. we'll race around for about an hour, and then we'll concentrate on that side. I've got 2 distinct sites recorded.
Okay.
I've got several sites, but one's there's a great big Puhutukawa tree coming around that bay there, and I've got that I've got a site just by that recorded.
Wow, there's not many of them around the lake through the cover tree.
That's right. And this is a big old one. And no, halfway between the beach end and the point is a big Puhutukawa. Yeah, I think you can see it sticking out by the lake edge at the foot of the lake. Okay. It's in there, and there's a little patch of greenery. I've got that recorded as a site. And this whole bay was once active and occupied and secured, but there's no record at all, minutes, oral history, nothing, not more of the same. And then you get on from the lake edge right up, and that's when you get the rim pits, and that's where I found a pile of hungy stone, and that's where the pumice container came from. Well, hopefully nothing to distract us, because we've got a lot to do this side. I did do a sketch plan overall of the area on both sides, but as I say, all I gave for the site record was just keywords.
Okay. I'm going to leave my bag.
When you're measuring out Whaitaima, note anything can be noted and classified as to type. Now this is a clear stone gathering, cultural, and this is quite a nice example, just a low, but placed together. Another short stone clearance. Almost comes along like a little low. So immediately you walk off, everything is cultural. Everything's been modified. Everything's been levelled or shaped, built up and cleared. The ground here is quite shallow. And here more features, so this extends. So what you got here is a low row, and this is a garden, a gardening division line. See how it's been carefully put up. And when they did this in this trouble, you've got more of a permanency of occupation and settlement. And pre-European, of course. They just see how sandy soils. Now look at this rock. It's all been placed here. And carries on in here. So while your eyes adjust to it and the modification, you can follow the sort of modified heaps and places. Great stuff, eh? It's all been carefully cleared. And how far in it goes, I don't know if we're running out here, but we'll anyway, we better not get distracted. But the thing is, we've had cleared low row garden divisions.
No, blackberry, that's the way with this thing.
Yes. The
Look, we have to go down.
well,
Or deeper.
we might be coming inland a bit,
Yeah.
but we could take this as a modified garden area.
Yes.
And so what we're going to try and find is the actual earthwork protections here. You okay straight down here? Now we're down on this level, you get a whole lot of miscellaneous rocks, small rocks, and that, from coming off the slope, that is a miscellany of where they cleared. They had the rock divisions, but they threw other rocks down, out of the way. And so this is what you got here, miscellany of rocks after the clearance. And if you want something, an artefact, that's a lovely one, well worked.
Well, that'd make a nice...
It will make a nice setting to be left as a point to record in the future. See how nice it's all made. Beautifully napped. And this again is a superior made one, superior obsidian, come from the inland quarries, and so there. This is one of the meaning, but this is in context, the context of where we are and seeing. So it's a well-shaped one. Yeah. And so you get round stone like that, and others have been brought in.
Check out this pit here at Whaitaima. Can you see that? Is it? Oh, can hardly even tell in this. I'm shooting down into a pit and you wouldn't know it. Yeah, well look, I'll go down inside it, just so people understand. Oh, look at that. Here we go, into the pit.